If you're looking for some new books to get you through the rest of the summer, we've got just the place to find them. We're in Hillsborough Village with Bookman and Bookwoman, Saralee and Larry Woods. Great to be here and see you guys in the bookstore.
Happy to have you here.
So you found some good things for us to read.
We found great things. Finish up your summer with some books you've just got to cram in before school starts, and there's no two authors better than Anne River Siddons and Island Hildebrand. Both have great summer stories on the East Coast.
They'd be good beach reads, too, if you have a last
beach reads, that's right. Highly recommend both of them.
You have beach reads here?
No beach read, no East Coast. It's Mars, the Martian. And it's Robinson Crusoe, and one of our astronauts gets left on Mars. Is NASA going to be able to save him? It's a great new novel. And The Truth is in the Black Mountains by Neil Gaiman. Gaiman's great. It's sort of a, not a comic book, but a graphic novel. All the young people in the family will like this.
That looks really good.
So The Paris Effect is written by a local author. This is a great story about her family growing up in Paris and what happened to them after World War II, Michel Maggio. And All of Our Names is the great story about two guys in Africa, written by a man who is winning a lot of awards, Dina Mengistu. We pronounced that right.
It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Exactly
But worth
right.
reading.
Yes, absolutely.
What do you have?
Now, see, mine's better. The author's James Lee Burke. Easy to say. He's also our very best crime writer. And in his new Texas series, not Louisiana, it's wonderful. A lot of suspense. And John Sanford, my second favorite crime writer. First time for him to do a young adult novel along with a co-author, set on the West Coast. A lot of fun.
All the adults are reading it, too, as well as the young adults, right?
Yeah, it's got some language that's a little questionable, but yes.
Good. Okay.
So my two favorite crime writers, Jacqueline Winspear has the Maisie Dobbs series, has a new book out. The Care and Management of You is a standalone book about World War II, great mystery. And if you like The Dinner by Herman Koch, that book is all the rage. This is his brand new book, The House of the Swimming Pool. Great, great mystery. Mine are much better than Larry's this time.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
That's not what he says.
Mine are great for dinner parties. It'll make you sound really up to date. The freeing of the Ulysses book, the legal fight to get Ulysses printed and sold in America. And I won't drop mine. And the new book about Harper Lee, the great author of To Kill a Mockingbird, new biography by a Chicago reporter who bought the house next door to get to know her in Monroeville, Alabama.
That's a little controversial, isn't it?
I would think so.
Yeah, sounds interesting. Okay, we picked that one up the floor.
That's exactly right. So, I get all aflutter when we talk about James Joyce. I like this book called Cinnamon and Gunpowder. Alice Randall is a local writer, best-selling writer, told me to read this book by Eli Brown. It's an NPR Best Book of the Year, great historical novel about the 1800s. And Savage Harvest is the true story about the disappearance of a very wealthy Rockefeller young man, what happens to him in Africa.
There's cannibals in this one. I thought that would be in your stack.
No, I've got the Africa book, His Problems in New Guinea. My Africa book, Between Man and Beast, is basically the guy that discovered gorillas for the Western world and brought them back to London. And, of course, mob scenes at zoos ever since, wanting to understand and explore gorillas. And he's the guy that started it. Plus, James Robertson's Nashville. For every Nashville resident or anybody interested in the It City, this is the book, The Founder of Nashboro, now Nashville, by a local author. It's great.
That sounds interesting. All right, we're going to give you the last word.
All right.
It seems like we always do that, don't we? I'm sorry, Larry.
Miserable is really good story about the haves and the have-nots in Concord, Massachusetts. Really good book. I like that a lot. And Landline by the author of Eleanor. And I'm sorry, I'm so excited about going last. Eleanor and Park, Rainbow Powell, her new young adult book.
All right, they all sound good, and you can find so many more books. Oh, we forgot McMurtry. Quick.
We'll get to Larry McMurtry because he's the guy that did Lonesome Dove, and this one's almost as good.
Okay, great.
The Last Kind Word Saloon.
All right. Well, thank you both so much for recommending some good books for us to read. You can find all these and zillions more down in Hillsborough Village at Bookman Bookwoman.